Good evening, keepers of the cash. Gary B, the casual comic guy here. I am here with my usual suspects. We have Slotitup503.
What's up, everybody?
And we got the Don. And our special guest tonight, Adrian APM. And in case you guys haven't heard, he is on his road to 1,000.
It's true.
So, Adrian, first we'd like to say thank you for being on the show. We welcome you, and it's great to see you, man.
Well, thank you for having me. I feel honored.
It's only our fourth show, but
it's all right.
We've had a blast with it so far.
We couldn't do any better than Adrian for a fourth
I know,
show.
right? I was just thinking this now.
Right? Hey, everybody has a down episode. You just got to ride through it, you know? Grit your teeth.
Oh, man, you guys are dicks.
Love it.
So, before we get going with you, Adrian, since you got your new, that's cute. He's making out with it.
Oh, look how sweet.
Tell
Adrian knows I love
the
him.
audience,
I love his little
let's get
face.
you road to 1,000 out there first. That way, because you just announced your video today. So let them know what you got going on in your channel before we get into you.
Sure. I think right now we're at like 840 something, 47 maybe. On that road to 1,000 subscribers, hoping to hit it soon. I'm going to be giving away like a bunch of slabs, comics, some original art. I think Taylor's going to kick in one of his books. And yeah, plus I know like there's going to be lots of other people. We're going to be going live. There's just going to be a lot of giveaways and a lot of fun. Plus we'll have like all kinds of extra goodies and just, yeah. Like I said, I'll probably have the t-shirts by that time. I'm assuming unless I hit it like tomorrow by some miracle. But well, the t-shirts aren't done yet. But so yeah, go to the link. Yeah, the rules are really simple. You can either just copy what everyone else is doing in the chat, or you can actually watch the video. Watch the video with your eyes. There we go.
And don't forget the Instagram part either.
Yeah, you got to go jump over to Instagram too. I won't really make them do that. But you know, I just like to give people an extra task. You know,
right?
You hear that?
Hey, we all
Give
know
him
how
a
it
meaningless
works.
task. Here, go do this.
Well, I think of like if I'm doing it live, I might go and check and be like, okay, did they really do this? And be like, well, since you did, here's an extra thing.
You know, there was a thing at Christmas. It was for a PlayStation 5, and I think I shot back to Adrian. He's like, no, dude, you got to go over to the other channel and do it. And that was before I really knew Adrian, and I was like, oh, my bad. But he had shared the post, and I went in and I like copied him, or I shared him and commented in his post.
Yeah, because that happens a lot on Instagram where people like they think it's your post, like, oh, giveaway. I'm like, no, I'm just sharing so and so's post. You know?
Right.
He was
I've
like,
done that.
Oh, go ahead, Jason.
I was just saying I'm guilty of that. I've like replied to someone's post and they're like, yeah, you have to go to this person's post. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, there'll
Dang,
probably be
rookie mistakes.
all kinds of impressions, giving away stuff there. Next.
Right, yeah. You see, I like yours. It's simple. If I have to jump through too many hoops, I just like, I'm good. There's nothing I need that bad. I'm not going to do a dog and pony show just to get something. And I don't really care if I get anything anyway.
Well, you have to do the hashtag, then you have to go to the other spot and do the hashtag there. Then you have to send me a letter via mail. And this letter has to be at least 2 pages, not double spaced.
I've already got it
Standard
here.
or cursive?
It's going out.
Or calligraphy.
I didn't want to show your address, but I got it. It's going out tomorrow.
Letter's done. It's ready.
I already sent mine. I'm ready. I went down to the post office and dropped it off.
Well, Jimmy, you had your
That's right there.
secretary
Yeah.
right yours.
That's what I did, but, you know.
So, Adrian, something I've been dying to ask you.
What's that?
Because obviously you're known as the man of 1,000 voices. We've seen you in a bunch of stuff. But the one thing I always want to ask somebody that does impressions is what impression do you get asked to do that when you get asked, you're like, son of a bitch, this one again? The one that you just hate doing.
I don't know if there's one I hate doing, but there's definitely, I mean, the most common ones you hear are like, you know, Arnold, but see, like a lot of people can do Arnold because it's just, you know, like, you know, but like sometimes Christopher Walken, only because if my voice is like, if I'm too parched or too, you know, or Morgan Freeman. People ask that, but things with the Morgan Freeman, it has to be so quiet. You can't, like right now, I just couldn't do it. It wouldn't sound good. If I didn't have a mic or doing something close, it's hard to make it sound really good. You know what I mean? So there are certain ones I don't want to do it. I get asked a lot, and I don't want to do it because I think it's going to sound like crap, and I don't want it to sound bad. So I'm like, you know.
So could you go ahead and do the Morgan Freeman for us right now?
No. I remember when I first met Amy Dufresne. There you go.
I love it.
But still, to me, that didn't sound as good as it could. So, yeah.
Did doing an impression ever get you in any trouble? Where you impersonated the wrong person at the wrong time, and somebody was like, "All right, it's on."
I mean, I've done it to like people in real life, and some don't find it amusing sometimes. You know, like, but some are just like, "Oh, all right, is that really what I sound like?" I'm like,
yeah, like for instance,
a little bit.
DJ Link says, "Do DJ Links, do a DJ Links impersonation for us right now, if you could."
A DJ Link's impression. You're there. You go.
And then throw a T-shirt.
Oh yeah.
So you've done a lot, and probably most of the people here know you. But take us through a couple of the highlights of Adrian before YouTube.
Okay. I've done a lot of stuff with music and bands. You know, going back to like I was in New Orleans. I built houses with like Lincoln Park and Coheed and Cambria. You know, for after Katrina and like, you know, you name it. I've always been doing something with like music. I've always been like just making my way like into the industry without being in the industry. You know, and like back in 2008, just by knowing the right people, you know, like I got hit up and like, you know, like through people like Kevin Smith's friends, and then I got to able to, you know, meet all those guys. And like, and I lived in Wisconsin. It's not like I was out in LA, you know, I wasn't, you know, or Jersey, you know, I wasn't in either of those places, but sometimes you just know the right people and amazing things can happen. And then, you know, 2012, I did the promos with Charlie Sheen for Anger Management. And you know, that was I've talked about that before. That was a fun little thing, you know, and that was kind of like one of the cool things. I don't have the transcript, you know, I can't ever see it again apparently, but
it
happened
really...
because Charlie tweeted about it, so it's real. It did happen. So, but and then you know you go for. I've done like a couple like random. Oh, I've done a commercial for our local Wisconsin lottery. I auditioned for it, and they're like, I got the part. It's like just literally me getting a haircut in a barber shop. Like just, you know, like it was the easiest pay of my life probably. So, and literally I got to get a nice like barbershop haircut and everything. So it was great. And then I did in I think 2016 or 2017 is when I filmed Comic Book Man, and I drove out there. So I definitely
that was a great episode.
I definitely done some fun things, like as in, you know, I mean, I've done a lot of music stuff in between there too, you know, but done a lot of events like charity events. I've done all kinds of stuff. So it's, yeah.
What instrument did you play? I seen you play the harmonica on your
channel. I play harmonica, yeah. I can play literally just a little bit of every instrument, a little bit. That's it. But harmonica has like always been. I haven't played in a while now, which it feels weird, you know. Like I'm just sometimes I jones for it, like because someone would look at me, they'd look at me like, and they'd be like, who is this punk? And also I'm like, you know, wailing on her and like, oh, you know, I mean, yeah, like I even got my groovy tattoo of the harmonica there, and
nice.
Yeah, you know, yeah.
Harmonica's dope.
Can be deceiving.
Right. It must have been great just chilling with Kevin Smith for a little bit, because that dude seems like the most laid back cat ever.
Yeah, that was like I said, when I first met him is when I went to Laser Blazer when it was in LA. They had Laser Blazer / Secret Stash, and yeah, it's like I don't even know how I got there. It's like, you know, like how I ended up doing it all, like just to know one random guy's like, oh, you should email so and so, then go out there, and I'm like, okay, guess I'm going to LA, and then have them show up and we're all just like, hanging out. Then the people from Zach and Miri are there, like, so it's just like, it was just weird. Like he's like, oh, what's happening? It's like a fun, and me, like me and Kevin Smith were both a lot fatter at the time. So it's, we both looked very plump in the photo from 2008. So.
Well, I've been in the secret stash in Jersey a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it just moved too now, a few, like a block down. So, but it's still in Jersey, still there. So.
Well, see, I'm a big Devils fan, so I've been down.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah,
yeah.
Yeah. Those guys love the Devils.
Nice.
Station
tomorrow. So you do one of the better mystery boxes, I think, when it comes to the personalized mystery boxes.
Yeah.
I mean, how long have you been building mystery boxes? Like, I've only known you now for I think going on 5 or 6 months, but.
Sure.
You put out some fire mystery boxes, so you've been doing that a while?
Not like via, not online, really. If somebody would ask me to put something together for them, I would. But even when I did the conventions and stuff, I would always kind of put a little boxes together and have a little mystery box, so it was already pre-made, but you could get one from me. And same thing, every time somebody got one, they'd be like, wow, you just gave me, I paid $25 and you just gave me $75 or more. I'm like, that's the whole point. You can have fun.
So how do you get the books to do that, Adrian? Are you buying collections, or is this just your collection over time that you're kind of piecing out?
I still buy collections when I can. Obviously, it's not these days. It's a little harder now, but I do have ads out and stuff, so people do hit me up still, and I pick them up when I can. But I also have a lot of books, so. I mean, of course, I have my PC books, and then I have stuff I can let go. So it's not really it's the end of the world or anything. Some books, So I still have my ASM run, so I'm okay. So.
But how long have you been collecting, just as a pure collector?
Ooh, as long as I can remember. I think I even talked. I don't know if I think I even talked about this on Jimmy's channel. Did I talk about the basement thing? Me and my brother. Yeah, literally when we were kids, my brother, we made a comic / skateboard shop in our basement, So I mean, literally, I've been doing it as long as I can remember, man. I just, and sometimes it had a little lull, but it never stopped, because I was just I was always that nerd. The nerdiness never left me. It's always been a part of me. So
nice. How long have you been doing impersonations?
Ooh, impersonations? Probably, maybe 5 years old.
Wow.
I remember we'd go to shows and stuff with my dad, and I went to a lot of concerts and stuff, even if it was a concert at a campground or something like that or whatever. I'm just anywhere I got the opportunity to either just sing or just do something, have it be me just showing off, singing The Doors, but sounding like Jim Morrison, and having these kids, people go, who is this kid? What's going on here?
That would be awesome.
Or opening up some really big rock and roll parties as Cheech and Chong when I was 13. So.
Have you, because when you were on 10 Questions, we talked about the music, and and you sent me the link, and I checked it all. That's cool. I mean, have you thought about getting back into that at some point? Would you like to get back? Yeah, your band.
Yeah. By the way, Bigger Than You.
Yeah.
I think it's all free downloads if you guys want to check it out.
It's cool. It's actually pretty good. I checked it out after we talked. It's good.
Yeah, I always wanted to do music. That's the thing. With the pandemic, it really sucked because if I wasn't doing music, I was booking shows. So I was always doing something. But I mean, I love to just do something on stage and be with a band. But I don't think Bigger Than You will ever be a band again, just because where everybody's at. Our one guy, he's got 4 kiddos now, and he's just runs a restaurant, and he's busy. I don't expect him to be in a band.
Right.
But the thing is, I can't ever have that chemistry because seriously, me and him had that, Jack Black, Kyle Gass type of chemistry.
Nice.
We fed off each other, and people and I think that was such an appeal to people when you see two guys just wow, like they just feed, and we could like it never stopped. Like we just improv. It was amazing. So there'll never be that, but there could be something again. You know.
Nice, some Tenacious D reference there.
I know.
Tenacious D.
Oh yeah, I always told people we kind of like we're like a mix between like just rock, like Tenacious D, like with the funniness of our music, because there's a lot of funny stuff. So that's where I say Tenacious D. But yet we do all these like great songs and different sounds, and it's like, yeah.
It's really cool. Like I didn't know what to expect. Right after we talked, I didn't really know what I was going to hear, and then I listened to it, and I was like, "Dude, this is kind of cool." You know, Adrian's got it going on. Yeah, so
fun,
it's
man.
cool.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And that's cool. I mean, that's something when you're talking about doing music again, it's hard to recapture a chemistry that came to you naturally with somebody else. You just got to look for something new that you click with.
Right, and that's what if I do it again. You know, well, I'm getting older. I mean, that's not saying I'm gonna probably if I start a band, it would be like we'll play once every 6 months type of thing, you know. But or a bigger than you reunion maybe. I mean, that would be honestly that would be great because that would make my day, you know.
So we already know you're big into comics, but being big into music, is there anything on the music side that you collect?
Yeah, I mean, I have like a lot of memorabilia from from shows. Like I even have like original like Pink Floyd tickets, and like because I got into music as my old man, like you know, like so you know I still listen to vinyl, like I still, and because I got a bunch of his, you know, I mean it's you know, and I got autographs. I got the you know like Muse, you know, when I met Muse, like they gave me after the show they gave me their set list and signed it for me, and like you know. There's just, you know, like, oh, I got all kinds of stuff like that, man. You know, it's just, so it's like music and comics have always been my big drive. So,
what I used to like too, I thought, you know, some of the best venues, because I grew up an hour away from Canada, and we always had a bunch of Canadian musicians over.
Oh, sure.
And it was just really nice. And we had this, you know, one bar that always just seemed to get everybody. But it was great because I think some of the best music settings are in those small bars. They're intimate, they're close. You're having the best time, you're hanging out with your buddies, and you're literally, you know, this stage is like a step away from you, and this band's just playing their heart out. And they seem to have a great time in those smaller venues too.
Yeah, that's honestly that's one of my favorite things to do was book bands at small venues. Because I've booked like 20 bands now that have gone from that small venue to a ballroom to, you know, and it's amazing. Like there's a band I brought, they're called Magic Giant. A lot of people might not know who they are, but and they literally played this little bar, and then next thing you know it, within like a month they were on the Good Morning America or whatever.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought I saw them on Good Morning America.
Yeah.
Well, I say just a lightning rod to the top, huh?
Yeah, so it's just, you know, it's something about small venues, man. It's so intimate, and you know, and there still are like musicians that do that still will play smaller venues, and I love it. So
is it Roy Wilkins Theater in Minnesota? Is that the theater?
I don't know.
It's like a small little. I could be completely wrong, but I seen Godsmack and Five Finger Death Punch there.
Yeah, I forgot the name of the one there. I've been there, but I don't. There's some really nice. There's actually a few. Well, there's like two kind of venues that like people go to. So, but
I saw Metallica once in Vegas at the Joint. It was at the Hard Rock Hotel, and that was the smallest that I had seen, like the smallest venue I'd ever watched Metallica in. I'd seen them in stadiums and arenas and all that, and we flew out to Vegas just to watch them there, and it was awesome. Like, because it was a smaller show, and it was, I mean, they melted my face. It was great.
It is Wilkins, 5,000 seaters, so it's not tiny, but it's not huge either.
Right. Yeah. That's actually small if you think about it. It is small.
Yeah, it is pretty small.
Now,
it was a good show, though.
I was the country then, right?
What's that?
So you book bands all over the country.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I would have bands that would basically hit me up and be like, okay, we want to book, and then you'll come and do a show by you, and then can you help us book? And that was hard, you know, because sometimes bands they just kind of wanted it to happen. I'm like, that takes a lot of work. You'd be amazed. It's like it takes a lot of work to try to make dates work in different cities and different venues, and you know, now if I try to do it, because like I'm sure half the venues I knew, some of them closed, and half, you know what I mean? Like it'd probably be a nightmare. So
Dude, and living an hour away from Canada, I used to love it. We'd get a group of us together, like 8 to 10 of us. We'd rent a limousine so we could all drink, and the limousine would just take us out to Canada to the bar for the night. They go to wherever the band was playing, because we used to go to the old Montreal Forum and see like the Violent Femmes play,
ooh, nice.
Poison play, Motley Crue play, Tesla play.
Sure.
So we used to see all them play, you know. And that was when Nikki Sixx had the drum set coming out over the crowd and everything, and just going full crazy. And it was always a great time in Montreal. So I don't know. Did you ever book anything in Canada?
No. I mean, I know plenty of cats out in Canada, but no.
Oh, Canada's such a good time.
Yeah, well, I've only been either once or twice, but just to Ontario. So.
Who's some of your favorite hip hop artists there, Adrian?
Ooh, definitely Wu-Tang. I like Gangstar is probably one of my favorites.
Ooh, I love Gangstar.
Yeah,
Good choice.
Gangstar's always been like just amazing. Who else? I mean, I like. I don't know. You know who Atmosphere is? I love Atmosphere.
Slug.
Yep.
I know
Slug,
Atmosphere.
yeah, they're like. I became good chums with Ant, and like those guys. They're sweethearts. It definitely goes more towards old school. Like, you know, you got like De La Soul or Tribe Called Quest, or, you know, like there's just, you know, some of that stuff is just like I can hear it and I love it. You know, you know, I'm done bitching about newer rappers. You know, like, and because I can, you know, at first I hated like all the mumble rappers and stuff, but I've actually found a respect for like, because they're doing their own thing, and I'm like, you know what? That's fine.
Paving their own way, exactly.
Yeah, I may not like it all, but you know, it's like sometimes it's fun to listen to. You know? So who doesn't like being like, brr, brr, you know, like.
So what is it about Wu-Tang? Because I don't know Wu-Tang. I mean, like, I'm being dead serious. Like, I know Method Man, and I know, you know,
36
what is it about their music?
Man, 36 Chambers was the first time I listened to them. My brother actually was, because my brother's a big hip hop head. He's obviously the one that does my intro. He raps my intro. And man, just I don't know how you could not love that. Like, just something about it, and all the people, like, just the pure like characters of everybody in Wu-Tang, like, and
they're the epitome of the group rapper. You know, like,
yeah, they are. It was just, I don't know. I mean, I know a lot of people can say they don't like rap, but like, it's just something about it. Like, how can you just not feel it? Like, and they're actually nice dudes, man. Like, you know, when I met Ghostface, like, he was a sweetheart to me, because I was talking about 36 Chambers, and he was like, you know, because I was at like a show, and I just held up I made a makeshift 36 Chambers sign, you know, and he's in the middle of his one and just 36 Chambers, like, you know, so.
Because they were kind of like, I missed them as far as like they, you know, when I was kind of getting out of that kind of music. So I missed them. So if I wanted to go back and look, because I've heard Slot talk about it, DJU. I mean, I hear everybody talk about Wu-Tang. Like, what's the album? Is it 36 Chambers? Is that where I need to start?
Chambers, trust me. I mean, it's make sure there's no kiddos around, especially kids. I take a rusty screwdriver and I'll just stop there.
Yeah,
but,
I'll show you
that explicit label.
Yeah, so I won't go there. But yeah, but don't let that make you not like it. You know, like, don't let it be like, oh, this is terrible because they're saying, like, no, just get past that if you have to, and you know.
That's it. I mean, I like hip hop music. Like, I loved hip hop, you know, when I was younger and growing up. It's just, I miss them, and I always hear people talk about them. And so I'm like, I need to know where to start. So I'm going to, tomorrow on my way to work, 36 Chambers is going to get dropped.
That's awesome. Perfect. That'd be great. Yeah, and I think you'll dig it. It's really good. Yeah, shimmy, shimmy, yeah, shimmy,
yeah, yep.
There was like a good little resurgence in the 90s too with some quality.
What's that?
So there was a good little resurgence of hip hop in the 90s too. I thought that was a good sweet spot for it as well.
Talking about like Vanilla Ice and Snow.
No, like Wyclef.
Informer.
Have you ever, like, Wyclef Jean is amazing, man. Every single album of his is incredible.
See that Wu-Tang.
See it.
Oh yeah. Gone to November, gone to November.
So out of all the being big into music, out of all the music you've been around, what's the one band you think most people have slept on that just blows your mind when you listen to them?
Oh, maybe like a band that somebody doesn't know, maybe.
Right, like you think they should be well known, but a lot of people have slept on them and don't really.
There's a musician. His name is Barnes Courtney. He is big in a sense because I mean, the dude can sell out a room, but I've become friends with him. But oh my God, he's such a great musician. Look him up, Barnes Courtney.
I'm looking him up right now.
He looks like he's just a skinny, slender dude, and with the crazy little hair. But man, and he's actually, yeah, there he is. And he's had some actually really huge songs that you'd be like, oh, I heard that. You'll literally do that. You'll say, I heard that. But
wow, he's 30.
People don't know who it is, You can tell.
And that's cool. Always discovering new people. Oh, you froze on us there for a second, Adrian.
Did I?
Yep. Okay. You're back.
He was just playing. It's one of those where he was just like,
right. We thought he borrowed your internet, Jimmy.
yeah, right. This internet has been no joke the last few days. So I want to talk a little bit more about Lincoln Park because I know you and I talked a little bit about that too.
Sure.
Like, how did that come about? It was just from building the houses is how you met them?
Yeah, they did it was through Music for Relief. And they, at one of their shows, they had this thing where you submitted, you submitted a video to show what you've done locally, like charity wise. And I had done a lot of charity concerts because it was what I was good at. And I don't know how many people they invited out from it, but they end up being like, yeah, we want to fly you out, and there you go. I'm doing builds and they're flying me out, but because it was in New Orleans, obviously, but they're like, yeah, we want to fly you out, and you get to, I could have been like, no, but it was a huge opportunity, so they flew me out, and we spent the time building houses in the 9th district, so it was great.
So are there bands like we were talking about, hip hop bands? So, but you dig rock music too, right? So
Yeah.
Are there bands that you dig? Like maybe what's your top concert you've ever been to? Was it like a Lincoln Park or somebody like that?
Lincoln Park they're definitely an awesome show. Foo Fighters are amazing live.
Yes.
I don't know, you guys might not like them, but I've seen 21 Pilots a bunch of times, and they seriously, they're the show they put on, and they are just so they just really, it's so good. It's just so good. It's a great concert. I'm trying to think Wu-Tang. Actually, I got to see. I took my brother to see Wu-Tang because it was actually on his bucket list. So I mean, without Old Dirty Bastard, but Old Dirty Bastard's kid took his place for the show, so it was amazing.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
nice.
And so I mean, they were just, oh man, to do that. And then we were in a theater where there was they're really strict. It was a nice big theater, and everybody was just puffing up. It was hilarious. I'm looking at the guy I'm like, is this? And just they couldn't have done anything because Method Man's like, listen, 2 things: have fun, and please don't give these people any shit for them smoke. It was great. So
that was like the Up in Smoke tour. There was all kinds of that going on.
But the real question, though, Adrian, is who had the best after show party?
Oh wow! I'm trying to think who I really rocked out with. And just trying to think.
Because when you're hanging with bands, there's always an after show party.
Yeah, I had a lot of. Oh man, I've had a lot of fun. I remember when I was it the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones? I don't know. No, not the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, but they're nice guys too.
They're awesome.
I was going to say, if they brought the house down, I'm shocked.
I got my way onto a few tour dates just by talking my way on with Real Big Fish and so some of these guys oh man, in Catch 22 there was a lot of just these great bands, and I just remember backstage it was just, we all just had a crazy time. And then there's a band called Young the Giant, and again, another band. If you don't know who they are, I guarantee you probably heard some of their songs. I just remember meeting them, and they were like seriously like such sweethearts to me. And I just came back, and I was just sitting back drinking Jack with them. And I even made like a funny video. I'd always do videos with these guys, like just to make fun of, like, we just goof around and be silly. So
I think we need to drill down on something here, and not to take, I know we're interviewing Adrian, but would you have thought that Gary B would have been the one that asked about the after party? Who had the best after party? Like, I think we need.
Gary B plays the role. Gary B plays it off pretty good. Like, he's Mr. by the book, everything. But look at Gary B right now. And
look at that grin. Look at that smile on his face. Like, I think we've got to really drill down on this, because this is not something that Gary B lets out. That, who has the best after party, Adrian? Like, Gary B, what do you care? But we obviously know now.
He wants to know where the party's at.
That's right.
He's like, he's got the good stuff.
I came from a small town. There wasn't a lot to do. But in that small town, one of the cool people I got to hang with one night was we had this small.
I'll change the subject.
We had this small bar called the Jazz Club. Really nice little place. And Trey Anastasio from Fish was playing there solo by himself.
That's awesome.
Now, here's how relaxed it was. He shows up.
A Fish concert. Imagine that.
Right?
Good choice, Gary.
He sits down, gets everyone around him, starts talking and playing, and that's how the whole night goes.
And all this talk, Slot, like, I can't let this go. Like, all this talk, like, everybody thinks Gary B looks like he's stoned. When he's on, now we know why.
Gary was like, take it.
Hanging out with Fish. Gathering in a teepee.
But
just saying, what's really going on?
Well, that's the thing too. Is like, I come from a college town, so there was always bands there, always groups. There was always something going on, and it was just, it was.
You grew up in a college town. Can you guys? No wonder.
I'm also in a college town, so I mean, like, I've lucked out by some of the people we've had through here. So
nice. That's fun. That was great, Jimmy. We gave Gary B some crap for a change live.
I know, right?
And by the way, Off-World, thank you for being my 850th subscriber.
Yeah, speaking of your T-shirts, what about those T-shirts?
Yeah, so if you go over to my Instagram right now, you can see there's a post all about the T-shirts. It's purely pre-order. I mean, I'll order some extras, obviously, because I'll give some away and stuff. But yeah, it's the Adrian APM T-shirt. It's $22 shipped with a sticker. If you're small to XX or XXX to 5X is 25 shipped. But yeah, again, I'm supporting a local company. They're being done, through a guy I've worked with for many years. So,
nice.
You want a shirt? Honestly, it's a good price. Again, I'm not making money. I'm just helping the company. So,
I've already ordered one. So
yeah.
I won't tell anyone what size I ordered because
he ordered just an extra small.
No, you guys have already seen me in an extra small. You don't want to see that again.
That's right.
I know what size you are because I sent you a shirt.
Oh, contrary.
Oh, goodness. All right, so what was the sketchiest place you've ever been where you're like, this night needs to go by pretty quick?
Oh, like venue wise?
Yeah.
Oh man, it was actually in Wisconsin. Where was this? It was up north somewhere.
Cheeseheads.
And man, just everything about this place was just sketchy. Like, and I booked a tour, and I was actually on the tour because I was a tour manager. So, and I just, man, and I think I had some type of stomach infection because we had eaten at a KFC, and I got like seriously ill. It felt like somebody was jabbing a knife in my stomach. Which I never went to the doctor for. Probably should have done that.
Brought to you by KFC.
Yeah, brought to you. Thank you, KFC, for making me feel the worst I've ever felt in my life. And it was just this whole place was shady. And then there was like somebody talking about like somebody just tried robbing the person taking the money at the door. And like, I was like, at one point, and I'm like, screw it, I'm going to wait out in the van, and I'm not coming back in. You guys like do your thing. I'm done. Like I'm done with this place. I just want to get to the hotel and be done.
Sounds like Gary's kind of place.
Yes.
Well played. There's a place in Cincinnati called Bogarts. Have you ever heard of that? Adrian, you ever been there? There's a lot of cool bands there that play there. I went there once and saw Fugazi, and and there was to get to it, and there was only one way to get there, but you had to drive through this neighborhood, and every time you would go through it, like you would speed through it, like you would run the stop signs, you would run the red lights, the whole thing, because you were afraid you were going to get carjacked. But it was the only way to get to Bogarts. And I saw Green Day there once. I saw Fugazi there once. Like my story? What?
I know.
Oh no, it was just my eye was bugging me for a second.
I was like, well, fine. You don't want to hear my story. No, it was, but no, that's the sketch. That sounds like Gary B's kind of place too. Now that I think about it,
no,
there might have been a Gary B standing over there.
Was he standing in the dark corner waiting?
He was. I think it was him over there.
So let's bring it back to comics a moment.
What are those?
So, as a collector, you probably have most of your keys, but are there any keys that you yourself are still chasing? Any big ones you don't have that you're after?
Yeah. Batman 1.
Me
I don't
too.
think I'm ever going to get a Detective 27. I'm just not even going to, not anymore. That'll never be. You could have like not even probably a corner of that book.
Right.
Or like, maybe like some. I'd like a really pristine, like a really pristine. I don't know. I'd say the Batman, the older Batman, like because Batman 1 would be just fantastic.
Fantastic. See, we got us a Batman fan. Adrian.
Oh, I love the Bats. Like, a lot of people. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I know I love Spidey and Deadpool, but like, just something always been about bats, man. I just as a child, I fell into this cave, and
in that old costume, the first one is really cool with like the long ears and the It's just dynamic looking.
Yeah, I mean, I got like hold on, I got some. No, that one. Yeah, I mean these are old, but
I know it can't compare to bat nipples, but
they're old.
What do you think about Conan books there, Adrian?
Conan? Oh, that is just hot garbage.
We're losing Adrian.
Oh, what's it?
Right now.
No, I was actually showing Gary.
Yeah, he had me drooling. Look at that thing.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Yeah, that's signed by Roy Thomas.
Now he's just teasing me with it.
You want it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to ship you one of my legs for it. So,
all right, I'll take an extra leg because you never know,
right? No, that's a sweet book, though. Is it just Roy's signature on it too?
Just Roy's, yeah.
Oh, that's perfect. It's a perfect book.
Yeah.
But now, what SIGs are you after? Do you have a Stan Lee?
I do have. I have a few Stan Lees. I have like ASM 300. It's a lower grade, but it's got the Stan Lee SIG on it. So I mean, to me, that's whatever. Like that's the thing about books in your PC don't always have to be high grade.
They don't.
I mean? Like not at all. Like you just collect them. It's for you. So who cares? So
I 100% agree with that.
I mean, I'd like to get. Oh, you know what I'd like to get, which I don't have. I'd like to get an ASM 1 signed by Stan Lee. That would be like just because it'd be just a cool book for any Spider-Man collector. You know what I mean? I mean, you can get an AF-15 too. I'm just saying, like, but I'd like to get the ASM 1. I mean, I know it's not the most desirable cover in the world, but.
So, who's your favorite classic artist, and then your favorite modern artist?
Ooh, I guess I mean, how old are we talking? Like classic? Like what do you define?
Let's go Bronze Age.
Let's see. Well, okay, yeah. I guess I do like McFarlane because he's technically in the bronze, right? Is he technically in the bronze? No,
I think he's modern.
Oh, that's right. It is modern. Okay. Well, here I'll say
bronze.
This.
We're talking like 70s.
I'll say right now, like if I went just old new, I'd say Kirby Delato. If I wanted to be
sure.
like, you know what I mean? Like, just there's a look. They both have a very, I mean, they're totally different, but I'm saying they both have a very unique look. So,
All right. And what's an artist that you don't get that everybody likes? Like everyone loves the artist, and you're like, eh.
and there's someone I'm
That'd
trying.
be for you.
There's another. Okay, I'm trying to think of his name. He did a bunch. He does. Oh my god, I should remember this. He did. Oh, and I like his stuff. He did a bunch of like Warlock. No, not Warlock. He did a bunch of. The Warlock. I know he did a bunch of Green Arrow covers. Oh, is it Grell? Grell, right?
Oh, Mike Grell?
Yeah. And so that, yeah, not everybody, like, you know, it's not everybody's favorite, but like, yeah.
What's one of your favorite reads right now?
Ooh. I'm enjoying Berserker. I'm enjoying it's probably gonna be mostly indies. Berserker, Proctor Valley Road.
Nice.
Did you read Noctera?
No, I have all three. Or well, there's 4 now, right?
3 right now. 4 comes out in June.
Yeah.
Some books I just grab and I have to hold on to, and because then I'm also starting to read some backlogged trade paperbacks, so trying to catch up. But yeah, I'm really just kind of I'm all about the indies. What else did I just? Something I just read that I really liked. I can't think of it, but I'm super just into the indies right now. To be honest with you, like I'm trying to remember. I mean, I've read the Batmans, but like to me, the indies had me. Kind of the indies are where it's at for me right now.
Same way with me.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of great storytelling going on in those.
Yeah.
I don't think I got to ask you this, Adrian, when we talked, but like, how do you read your books? Do you like the floppies or do you read trades? Like do you go into a store, like you pick up a number 1, and you're like, okay, I think I'm going to go with the floppies on this, or do you read it and you're like, well, no, I'm going to wait and do this as a trade?
I seriously feel like I've been buying like 5 copies of every book.
Right.
Like not the same, like I'm saying, like, you know, the variants.
Yes.
But recently I've kind of, like I said, I've kind of like been, through the books I was mentioning, like those I've been reading the issues, but there are some I've been finding myself reading the trades because I just kind of want to read it all at once, you know? So, like I had collected like all like the Department of Truth, but I was like, oh, I'm just going to read the trade, you know, like, cause sometimes it's just, I don't know. It's just nice that you can like just get it all done, or, you know, do the 5 issues or whatever's in there.
Right.
And then just, you know.
And that's how I do my mini series. If I know it's a 4, 5, or 6 issue mini series, I'll wait till I have them all to read them.
Oh, I did read Spider. That was Spider Shadow. Yeah.
I hear that's
number,
fantastic.
I still got to read number 2 because I know number 2 came out yesterday, so I got to read that yet. So.
Dude, you got to get on Noctera. And
Yeah.
you can ask CJ.
Like I said, I have them, but I have to get.
It's so amazing.
So.
Yeah, just stay away from Captain Marvel.
You know,
oh, you don't have to worry. I wouldn't even pick it up. So.
Oh, Captain Marvel is so good. Kelly Thompson has killed that for 2 years. She is such a good writer.
Baby, I like it raw.
Now, as someone who makes mystery boxes, and I think probably all you guys that make these have probably done this once or twice.
Nope, never.
Have you ever put a book in it that you regret giving away in a mystery box?
Oh, I regret it all. No, you can't do that. No, you know, it's the same thing as everybody saying, "Oh, I can't believe I just sold it because it's worth this much now." And you know, it's like honestly, everything's up. I mean, you have to realize that, you know, like I get more joy. And some people may not believe this, but it's true. Like, you know, like I even told my wife, she doesn't get it either sometimes, but like I get so much joy out of watching someone open a box that I've made for them, and they like pure reaction is just. I get goosebumps. If I get goosebumps, I mean, I feel like I've done something right. I don't care if I gave them a book that, oh, I should have kept that. You know, it's worth $200, and it was just worth $20 when I, you know, like no, it's like, you know.
Oh no, I can agree with that.
No regrets.
Especially, I mean, that's the whole thing with AOKs. It's why I don't do mystery boxes. I rather just send books I know to people who are going to love them, and it's it's a rush to see somebody open something you sent them, and then just to see the joy on their face when they get it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No,
Yeah, Adrian makes great boxes. Hands down, my favorite, curated mystery box out there. So much thought goes into them.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. I just like to make people
That
happy.
last
Jason
one
didn't
showed
tell you,
us
but after the
something
last
bad.
one, backstage, he cried a little bit. He was so happy.
I cry every time. I just edit that stuff out. I send the video over to DJ and say, hey, cut out me crying, would you?
Hey, I mean, technically, I got an AOK from Slotitup to AJ, but I mean, it's not really. He was just helping me take care of someone in the community, which is great. But I think I've only gotten like.
You have another one coming. Don't worry.
I don't know if I've ever I was telling you this. I actually don't know if I've ever gotten an official AOK. Like,
Really?
I think Will has. Will, have you sent me something? Maybe. I don't know, but.
You guys all heard it here first on In the Hot
No.
Seat.
I'm
Adrian APM
not
has
asking.
never gotten an
We'll get
AOK.
like that. I'm not asking.
I'll send him one.
We got to remedy it.
You don't need to send me your books, people. Enjoy them for yourselves. And although I've set aside books for certain people right now that I want to send some AOKs out to. So
I just send DJ videos daily and they cry. And it's
Me
usually
too.
because I just
That's
talked
right,
to Adrian APM.
yeah, see,
He
Will.
talked
Yeah,
to me
Will
again.
did.
Oh my God.
They just like to rub beards.
Will. Yeah, Will did send me the Jenny Frizen #1. So
Oh, nice. So, again, that's another artist that's killing it now, too. You got Jenny Frizen, you got Jen Bartel, you got all these great cover artists.
yeah,
But what's your favorite style of cover? Like, I always talk about it in my videos, and I love some of these portrait covers. They're absolutely amazing,
yeah,
and they're a piece of art. You can hang it up. It's like wall art. But I'm still always partial to the old covers where showing action and what was going on in the book. Like, you
Sure.
can't be like some of those Marvel team ups or some of the Brave and the Bold covers. There was just classic action on them, great stuff going on. But what's your favorite style of cover that an artist does?
yeah. Well, that's a hard one. That's kind of a hard one. I do like the portrait covers. Like Tomb of Dracula has always been a really cool cover. I don't know. Yeah, I'm sure you know what that looks like. Yeah, I don't think I have a specific favorite type of cover. I mean, there are some I probably gravitate towards. No, I don't. I'm gonna say I don't have a specific favorite type of cover. I mean, I like old.
Virgin covers over trade papers or trade over Virgin.
Oh, well, if it's newer, probably Virgin. Like like you're talking about. Give me an example, like you'll never have like covers like that anymore.
Yeah, those are awesome.
No,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
That's
I love that book. Both of those books. Just throw that in my next mystery box.
yeah. There you go. But there's just some like I mean, I don't know. I mean, I dig the old covers. I mean, even like stuff like that. You just I don't know. Or even like there's a.
See, that's one of my favorites. AFM 194. Oh, Werewolf by Night.
Yeah.
But see, I love those old box styles too. The box borders when the art breaks the box. I don't know what it is. Sure. I love that era of them.
Yeah.
It's a nice shirt you got on there, Jimmy.
Oh, you like that?
I do.
I won that by beating a particular someone on a game show.
Now, is there something you collect that nobody knows about that you collect?
I think now some may know, but I am into and I'll tell this people out there, if you find like cool, like obscure indie books, or I like obscure Spider-Man stuff too, that you wouldn't normally find. Like it wouldn't be like somebody wouldn't think to collect it. It's not like a normal comic. It's just, like one of my favorite books is Too Much Coffee Man. I like weird stuff. Like if I can find, and I'm not talking like indies like Young Blood or nothing like that. Nothing, just like really obscure. Like what is this? Like or like Dog Boy, or weird, just cool, fun indie stuff.
I like the weird promo ones. Like I have a couple like the Spider-Man ones where it's him, Storm, and Power Man fighting a guy.
Oh yeah,
named
I got it.
I got 3 of those.
Yeah.
I got the 7-Eleven that has the Spider-Man, Captain America, Spider-Woman, and Hulk in it.
Yeah.
That was a one shot. I have the Avengers Sugar Daddy comics where they're a Sugar Daddy ad. I love those obscure promo ones though. Plus, you had the McFarlane ones did you see the McFarlane ones when he had one where their kids were playing hockey and it was about drugs, not doing drugs, and it had Spider-Man on it.
Oh, I don't know if I have it. I probably
have that one here, but it took me too long to find it. But I love those obscure promo books.
Yeah. Or the ones like the Electric Company.
I have a couple of those.
Yeah.
The old Spideys.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into that. What guilty pleasure TV show?
Guilty pleasure TV show? Just anything?
Anything.
Breaking Bad.
Put it on anytime and enjoy it. What?
Breaking Bad.
Nice.
No, that show's cool.
I'm a Scrubs
What's
guy.
the show that you're embarrassed to tell us you watch? I'll tell you mine. Mine is Grey's Anatomy. Like I freaking love Grey's Anatomy, and I mean, I just told everybody, but it's that is my guilty pleasure show.
Let's see, something. Oh, how about The Handmaid's Tale?
That
My
works.
wife loves that
I never
show.
watched it after that.
What's that?
Oh, I said I watched the first season of it, and I never watched it again after the first season.
Yeah, the wifey was watching it. Like she was already partway through it, so like I was already way behind, and I just started watching. I'm like, all right, okay, I'll watch this with you. Like, and I just started watching it, and it's just.
I watched a cheerleading show on Netflix that I liked way too much. My daughters were watching it, and it was called Cheer or something. It was about these competition teams, and I liked it way too much. I was like, man, let's watch the next one. Yeah.
See, we're supposed to be learning about Adrian tonight, and we're learning a lot about Jimmy the Don.
Right,
We're actually learning a lot more about Gary B.
Yeah, we learned a whole lot more about Gary B.
Oh,
and
right.
why those eyes look that way.
And we're almost done watching Schitt's Creek. Is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
that is a good show, actually.
Born Unfortunately Ugly. That's all my problem is.
What about Shameless?
Oh, the only one I haven't watched is the last season. So
I love Shameless. That's one of the best shows ever.
it's so
Never
good.
saw it.
It's so good.
Oh my God, it is so good. William H. Macy is brilliant in that show.
He is. He is. Yeah, he's definitely.
You got to watch that, Gary. If you have not seen Shameless.
Whenever I want to really laugh, I always have to go to Scrubs. Scrubs is my
I never
favorite
watched
comedy ever.
like all of Scrubs, but when it was like on the repeats, like on CW or whatever it was for like they would always play it. Like,
yeah, well, I
saw
have
a lot
all
of
the
episodes.
DVDs, so I watch it on those.
Oh, nice.
Because they changed the music for the streaming because they didn't all the music rights didn't carry over. So if
Really?
you're watching it on streaming, some of the scenes won't play the same because they put different songs in.
Weird.
Yeah. That was like all that whole gray area. Well, things were going from DVD to streaming and a whole bunch of stuff doesn't carry over.
What's like one of your favorite movies?
Well, Shawshank's one of my favorite kind of like dramas. Otherwise, I mean, I've always been like an '80s comedy guy. So for me, Fletch, Beverly Hills Cop. Well, yeah, definitely Fletch and Beverly. I've watched those movies way too many times.
Me too.
I seriously
Those are two
can't
of my
tell you the amount
favorites.
of times I've watched it. So,
Well, I saw Beverly Hills Cop in the theater.
but yeah, I think I saw Beverly Hills Cop 3 in the theater. Yeah.
It was a double bill with Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yep.
Was it one of those silent theaters, Gary?
No.
Was there a booth?
Was it in black and white?
No. Well, I've told you guys this before. So, Adrian, my first movie in a drive-in when they still had those. I know there's a couple here and there.
Yeah.
The oddest pairing of movies, because you already know I'm a big Conan fan, and Conan the Barbarian was coming out in 1982, and I begged my mom and dad for a week because I was I was what, 7? It was 82. I was 12 years old. Of course it's rated R. I'm begging. They surprise me and take me. But it was a double bill. It was Conan the Barbarian, and then the next movie made no sense. It was Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke.
Imagine that. That's where it all started, folks.
Yeah.
Right there.
Up in smoke, it's where I am.
Where my money goes.
It's like, how do you put those two together, though?
Yeah, I guess it just.
Pretty clearly, Gary B is Conan and Up in Smoke mixed. That was the genesis of it all. I think we figured it out.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Those were his two idols growing up as a kid.
I'm trying to think what the first movie I saw in the theater was like. What year did Bill and Ted? Was that 89 when the first one came?
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, it's old. Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to think about it. See,
I'm curious about that.
Well, the movie that made me feel old was Gremlins, because like a while back it celebrated its 30th anniversary, and I remember going in the theater to watch it. I'm like, how is that 30 years old?
What about? I remember seeing Spies Like Us.
Oh man,
Spies Like Us
That's a classic.
great.
Such a good movie, man.
But one of my all-time favorites, and I've watched it so many times I can't even tell you, was Stripes with Bill Murray.
Nice.
Oh wow, yeah. I've watched that countless times, like and John Candy and like, oh, come on, like
just so many good scenes in it. But we're getting way off track and talking. And
Speaking of movies and comic books, what did you think about the newest Venom trailer?
I like it. I'm ready for it, man. I think it's gonna be great. I laughed. I was laughing my butt off when he was ketchup. I'm gonna be like, Venom, you had me at ketchup.
You had me at ketchup.
I started watching Invincible last night. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, just wait till you never mind.
Yeah, you just wait, Jimmy.
Oh, really?
I could really go for some Subway. Anybody else?
Well, I can't wait.
I have to start Invincible. That's one I haven't caught up with yet, but I absolutely love The Boys. I thought The Boys was fantastic.
Yeah, The Boys is great. I'm all caught up on that, man. That's such a good show.
Well, I just like what Amazon's doing. They're just letting the creators create. They're not stepping in. They're not putting they're not overproducing them and putting their foot down. They're letting creators create. Something the WB's been struggling with the DC properties.
Oh, you mean kind of like indie books, Gary?
I like indie books.
What did you guys think about what is it? Yeah, it's Superman and Lois, right? Or is it Lois and Superman?
It's good.
It's good.
I like it so far.
Yeah, I like that. The dad and the husband side of Superman is pretty cool.
Yeah. It's like I'm not a big Superman collector, like comic book wise, but like I've actually liked the movies they've done. So.
I give him a lot of crap just because it's obviously Jimmy's favorite. So I give Superman crap, but I don't mind.
I don't mind little groups.
Now I'm waiting for them to introduce Jessica Drew. I need to see some Spider-Woman.
Yeah, I think we're getting close to that. So,
well, I hope so. I got my Marvel Spotlight here. That's one of my personal grails. So I got that out of the way in January. My Marvel Spotlight 32.
Very nice.
So we've been going for an hour now, so I don't want to keep you too long. I do want to start wrapping it up, but is there anything that you wanted to get out there that's going on that you want people to know about? Any changes to your channel? Any upcoming shows you got?
It's like, right now, like I definitely, like I said, I just dropped the 1,000 subscriber, road to video. There's going to be definitely some newer things coming on the channel. I mean, not newer necessarily, but interviews. I finally got through, like you guys were just talking about her, Jenny Prison. I finally got through to her, so I'm hoping that one is finally secured. I've been trying like forever, so and it still might not even happen. So, because I got to meet her in Green Bay, and she was so like one of the sweetest people ever. So, but yeah, the normal use random stuff. I think I actually got a couple of new boxes coming. So. I got kind of laid off of getting like a lot of boxes because like I was getting really disappointed. So, and it's I'd rather not be disappointed. So I'd rather enjoy people opening mine. So I can be like, oh, I'll live vicariously through them, and I feel the happiness. So,
and for you, you got an extensive collection. It's got to be tough getting a box that actually makes you happy.
Yeah, and it's fun. Like when I get certain boxes, and I don't like if I like I'll still support certain companies. Like like I'll still buy stuff from that Spider-Man booth. I'll still buy stuff from mainstream here and there, but it's mainly just a support and like whatever. It gives me books to throw in my filler boxes, so it's no big deal. It's like,
So what's your go-to box from a private seller, like an Instagram or something that you go to with confidence and know you're going to enjoy?
Well, I'm trying to think of the last best box I opened was probably Taylor's, to be honest with you. Because
that schmuck?
What's that?
That schmuck?
That schmuck. Because getting that original art in there was like
yes.
Taylor's a talented dude.
Anyways, it's behind me here. I don't know. The camera's got me all wonky, but I love it. I mean, just getting original art was cool, and plus you got a bunch of great books. So,
and he's got a good system. I think he stresses pretty much about putting the value in there. I think Taylor's got a great system where how he does it, where he starts with I believe I heard him talk about it before, where he starts with the hit of the box and then works backwards, something like that. But he's got a good system for how he makes it. So I've never seen anyone that's opened a Taylor box and not have it be like crazy value. Same with yours. Same compliment to your boxes. Every time I see someone open something of yours, it's fantastic.
Fantastic.
It's fantastic.
You can't hang out with Jason on the weekly and not have fantastic become part of your regular vernacular.
Oh, it's already in my brain. So
yeah, Taylor's box, it's fine.
It's fine. That should be his next round.
Maybe.
I can't wait to get that shirt. I just ordered his It's Fine t-shirt.
And remember, guys, go get my shirt.
And yeah, I ordered yours too.
Yep.
Taylor should get a bunch of 6.0 slabs for the next run and give them all out in It's Fine boxes.
Totally.
Still waiting on DJ to make a shirt. I've been trying to buy one from that guy forever, but DJ's a delicate flower.
He is a delicate flower.
Now, and before we sign off with you too, like one of the things that drew me to your channel was that opening. Where that song is so catchy and so good.
Yeah, and that's all done by people I know, and that's what's the best thing about it, man. It's like, musicians and stuff. So it's like, and then obviously the video editing, the actual intro was me and what's his face, Weapon X.
Nice. Now, do you do all your own editing too, or do you have someone that helps you at it?
No, I do it all. It's nothing special though.
I hear you do a pretty good Ryan Reynolds impersonation.
Yeah, I did. I did that for Gem and Collectibles video today. He hit me up and I'm like, he's like, I think you can do a Ryan, man. I'm like, ugh, I don't know. Like I'll give it my best, like.
I think that's what a lot of people don't realize about guys like you that do impersonations or voice acting. It's not just you turn a voice on. Usually you got to train yourself and do a lot of prep to get there, right?
Yeah, and like doing Ryan's, like he has a certain speech pattern, like the way he like his voice is, like he has that like where it goes. So you have to really learn how to do it. And after I watched the video, it's like I even was like, I didn't think it was that bad. Like I was happy with what I did. So. And I just did it for him. I didn't ask for anything, so I just did it. So
nice. So that's great. Did you have anything that you wanted to close out to tell the crowd?
Nope. Just hit up that subscriber video. Check out the link for my Instagram for the t-shirts, and do Jason Bateman. I already did in the backseat of a Volkswagen.
Jimmy, Jason, any last words for Adrian?
I apologize for the 28th.
Oh,
you're gonna tear me up. You're gonna tear me up.
I hope you make it to the finals, Adrian. I hope you make it to the finals.
Well,
God, he's
whose
already
voice are you
talking
gonna
smack.
drop in?
I'm just gonna have fun. I'll just have a ball. So I loved watching the first one. So that was,
It was fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited you're in it. Honestly, I'm terrified. I'm just talking crap.
The Don?
No, I'm good. I'm good. Adrian
He's
knows
like,
I
I'm
love
falling
him.
asleep here. We were talking Superman.
Yeah. Jeez.
He even agreed. You guys, yeah, you seen it here
Yeah.
first.
No,
No,
well,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
No.
we spent like a little over an hour. We really want to thank you for coming on. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no
And
worries.
we're just looking for, the whole point of the show is to spend an hour with somebody where it feels like you're a couple guys in a bar sitting down, friends having a beer. So, you're a real
Or
easy
in
guy
Gary's
to talk
case.
to. You have a great channel. We really appreciate you being on, and I just want to thank you very much for coming on.
Oh, not a problem. It's been great.
Smoke them if you got them, everybody. That's Gary B's motto.
All right. Jason, you want to start us out with the goodbyes?
Slide up, comic book world.
Smoke it up, everybody.
Keep it casual.
Yes.
Adrian, take us out.
Keep it nerdcore. Does that work? I don't
An
know.
awkward ending. That's good.
Oh.
Awkward ending.